How are we
So it says
doing
Facebook
tonight?
screen share is a hide.
I am
Bam! How
tonight.
are you tonight, Jen?
Awesome, my friend. Great to be on here with you. Back in Connecticut, live with Donovan. We are live on Facebook. I just checked your page. We are also live on Zoom, live in groups, live all over the place. So if you're watching, pop your name and scroll. Hello, everyone. It's awesome to be here.
Good evening.
Donovan is joining me. He is back in Connecticut after taking a trip up to Canada 2 weeks ago. How is the weather like where you're at, my friend?
Today was sunny and beautiful today. We had about 45 degrees, little breeze, but snow's all gone here, so I'm missing Kelowna now. I was up there enjoying all that snow, and I was like, ah.
Yeah, we're happy to see it going too. It's kind of melting. We're sitting at about plus 15, which I don't know is about 45, 50 where you're at maybe.
Yeah.
Try to do the math really quick.
Yeah, it's 32 degrees, 0 Celsius or something like that. So yeah, I went to Maine last weekend to get one of my last snowmobile trips in. So that was exciting. Took my family up there, my wife and my oldest son. My wife rode her own snowmobile for the first time in our relationship, so it was pretty awesome. Yeah.
That's awesome. Good for her.
Yeah.
She's quite the trooper.
Yeah, I hit my page up. You'll see those posts. I posted a few of those pictures on there. So yeah, for sure, it was a good time.
That's awesome. That's really wicked. Yeah. I got the liberty to meet Donovan for the first time in person almost 2-3 weeks ago now. We were at an event up here in Kelowna, and he is the definition of fun. Those of you who are friends with Donovan, who've been following him for this long, have had him in your life, completely understand what I'm talking about for sure. You can see people, yep, for sure, that's him. Yeah, that's exactly it. He knows how to have a great time. And I mean, even just his smile, his energy, as soon as he came into the room in Kelowna, he literally lit up the room. And I mean, he's also super tall, so he stands out, but he lit up the room, and people just love being around you, my friend. They really do.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it, and I really like this. I just love to give my energy to people. You know, I wish I could just reach in and just touch people. And I do touch people, and they feel the vibe, and I love giving it out. I'll tell you, it just makes me feel good to make other people excited and happy and bring their day. You know, I love to go around and smile at people and just, you know, even at work, you know, it's just like you see people that are frowning. I go over and I smile at them, and they get all giddy, you know, and it's like that's what I make their day. So that's good.
Well, it's so awesome. It's really, really wicked. You're just working one job today?
Yes, today. Yeah. Well, yeah. And here.
Yeah, you're quite a busy guy. Like, I know you got a family. How many? You have 2 sons?
2 boys. Yeah. 18 and 15. Just turned 15 last week. Happy birthday, Cole.
Happy birthday, Cole. That's awesome. Got his car. I saw his car picture. Gotta love that. So you have you have your beautiful wife, which we're going to talk about here in this interview today. So stay posted, guys. What else do? You have your full-time gig. You got the tree thing.
Yeah, that's the tree business. That was a hobby that went viral, right? That was 16 years ago. I was dibbling, dabbling on in tree work, just kind of getting something to fill the void of being in the military, you know, because in the military you go, and I'm a veteran, so of the Coast Guard, and I was in the fire department, and then I just started climbing trees, so, you know, and I'm a welder fabricator also, so it was kind of just fell into play, you know. I stay busy. I sure stay busy, that's for sure. I got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, no kidding. Have you seen any of his pictures or any of his videos where he's up in the trees? Like, it's just insane. But it's amazing that you're having fun while doing that. Like, that's the best part, right? Really?
Yeah. It's you know, you take things for granted sometimes, and life experiences change your whole outlook. It's a pretty wild of, you know, of everything. You know, you go into things doing things just because you're doing them, or, you know, it was brought into your mentality, your mindset that, you know, you got to go to work and you got to do this and you got to you got to pay the bills, and you can't do this unless you've done this first. And, and it's good to break that mindset and really push yourself to the next level. And that's what I've been doing the last year. So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I'm really proud of you. Like, knowing you as a friend, I know there's so many people in the community that look up to you. So many people watching this live right now. If you just jumped on, we are live, Donovan and I, all over the place. We're live everywhere. And
that's awesome.
One thing that Donovan, like I say, he lights up the room with his smiles, and you would never know. Sometimes people think that people that are always happy, joking around, jovial, that they've got it made. They've got it made. They have no troubles in the world. They have nothing boggling them down. And as we know, and as we learned at the last event, a lot of it comes from our mindset. A lot of it comes from deep in our heart. Donovan, I know that you went through a lot through your life. Did you want to share your story about what happened to you, what makes you really take charge of your life and live life to the full abundance and fun?
Well, yeah, I guess a couple of years ago, I ended up fracturing my foot in my garage, and this is one of my biggest things was that I had surgery on my foot, and it almost killed me. It put me in the ICU 4 months after I had my surgery, was doing well, recovered well, and I went to work to my job, and that was it. I lost my breath. I couldn't breathe. I called my wife. Instant reaction was to call my wife. I need to call my wife and let her know what's going on. And my words were to her, come get me and take me to the hospital. And my bosses and everybody were like, no, we're going to call the ambulance. I said, no, I'm fine. Me, the big tough guy, everybody knows me. So that, I'm going to, I'm fine. Don't worry about me. I got this, right? Well, yeah, I ended up being in the hospital the day after my birthday in 2017. Yeah, it was pretty touching when you look at your wife and you almost have to say goodbye, So didn't know if I was going to see her in the morning. So it was kind of an eye opener for me, for sure. So it kind of made me step into this whole thing and start learning more about my mindset and change things around for me, for my life, for the better. So we're doing good. Everything's good now.
That's awesome. And I mean, yeah. I haven't met Wendy yet. I can't wait to. I've seen her on many camera meetings that we've had and stuff, so I can't wait to meet her in person. How did you feel, Donovan, the next day when, you woke up and she's still there? You're in presence of your family. Like, how did that make you feel?
Yeah, I was excited to see her. I was glad to be able to let her know that I was still, still with her, still there and everything. And, they made me feel comfortable at whatever at the hospital, but, it was amazing to see the love and the things you take for granted, like I said. And you don't think of, saying goodbye to your loved ones or the people that are around you every day. And, that one word, love, you say that I love you. And people say, well, people abuse that word. Well, okay. Don't say it that one time and have something happen to you or that person and see how you feel then. Because I'll tell you what, it'll change your whole mindset towards how that word gets used and how it is accepted. For sure.
You said something very critical there about the fact that you don't know what's going to happen. People have tragedies and things sneak up on them, and we think we're fine. We think our life is set the way it is. Everything's going to work out okay. But until it doesn't, until you hit a rock bottom or you have, a tragic thing like this happen to you where you're looking at your loved one, not sure if you're going to see them ever again.
Yeah, that was a rough time to say goodbye to my wife that night and tell her good night. I didn't say goodbye, I said good night. And that's all I could say, and tears were in both of our eyes. And we knew that it wasn't 100% outcome. The doctors were, oh, you're going to be fine. Well, yeah, I got 2 catheters in my arms. I'm laying on a bed. I've sent the picture. It's on Facebook. People have seen it. So, and I still had a smile on my face because that's just how I am. You know what I mean? The nurses were like, you aren't taking this serious enough. My doctor said, you're not taking this serious enough. He said, I'm here. You're doing your job. I'm doing what you're asking me to do. What do you want me to do? I can't do anything else, And, yeah, it was a pretty long night, to say the least. And that morning when she came back to see me, it was awesome. It was awesome. You know, the reunited of knowing that, hey, things, when the doctor pulled those catheters out of my arm and said, "You're good," I'm like, whew, you know, 20 hours later, after I had a double pulmonary embolism in my lungs, you know, and 3 clots in my leg, and this is all gone within a 24-hour window, you know, boom, boom, boom. And I'm, you know, it was amazing.
That's
but, yeah,
awesome.
the caregivers are, yeah.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't had a rough life, but I worked my butt off to get where I'm at. You know what I mean? And to have that happen to you, it was like, wow, I climb 100-foot trees, you know,
Yeah.
I swing from ropes. I do this, you know, and I'm like, now I'm laying in a bed because I had a surgery on my foot. I just,
Totally.
you know?
Totally.
Oh, yeah.
And you're pretty healthy. Like overall, I mean, look healthy, you keep yourself in good shape, you drink lots of water, lots of good water, so you keep yourself hydrated, you know, so it's not like you're torching your body or whatever. So yeah, it just goes to show, like, you just don't know what's going to happen to you, what's down your future. So
And you don't. And my wife and I sat down and talked about it, you know. It's like, don't take things for granted anymore, you know, and that's what we're not doing, you know. Enjoy the moment, spend the time together, you know, and that's what it's key. It's key. It really is.
Totally. What are some of your favorite things to do for fun?
I love to go snowmobiling. I love snowmobiling. I really enjoy the tree work. It's almost an addiction, but it's you know, that's a business now, and it's kind of like I do things for friends for, you know, anyways. But yeah, snowmobiling, spending time with my family is key to me. I mean, the boys are growing up so fast. I don't know how long they're going to be here. You know what I mean? They're going to be leaving, doing their own journey, which is awesome. I want to send them on their journeys and back them up and know that I did what I needed to do to teach them to do the right things, you know? And, but being able to take them to Maine with me, going snowmobiling, or Vermont and go snowmobiling, and up north, and I have quads, you know, so we ride quads together. We like to go boating. Really, I love boating. It's fun, you know, and not just to go like tubing and skiing. And I do enough hydro and stuff that I like to go out in the boat and relax, you know, hit the sandbar and have a cocktail with the friends and a sandwich and just talk about going camping. Because guess what? Camping is one of my other. I'm going to work from my camper. Eventually, I'm going to work from my camper. Okay, I'm going to be able to sit at my camper and work and not have to worry about anything else.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know for a fact, being a huge family man that you are, family person. I mean, up here in Kelowna, you talked about your sons, you talked about your wife quite a bit, and it's true. They're getting older. They may leave the nest here soon. But seeing you guys camping in the summer, you're on your computer, that's the best part. Taking your work, the stuff that you love to do, and integrating it into your work and business is just, it's amazing. Quite fun, actually.
It's been an awesome journey. And, you know, just to meet the people that I get to meet and know that I'm making their life better, or even their atmosphere around them, or making them think differently. And, you know, being able to do that and be that person and show them a different avenue. You know, I've got plenty of friends that I can tell, you know, you look so different. You're happy now. I've always been happy. I've always been a jolly person, but I don't have the attitude of that dark cloud over me anymore. You know, was lifted, you know, so I can say it's awesome.
So you say that you kind of had the dark cloud lifted. You say that, you know, you're happy. Your friends even notice that. Since being in the online community with us, what do you think have been some of the major breakthroughs or major things that have happened to you, or that you've taken away or you've gained and added into your life with this?
A little bit more self-confidence, looking into yourself, you know, finding out, you know, that little kid, looking back at that little kid and learning, hey, that's what I used to be. That's who I used to be. That's what the carefree, you know, no filter, but and there's always got to be a filter now, but of course, because you're an adult and you got to make better decisions and sound decisions. But to be able to look back and say, take that journey and further yourself by doing that, taking your inner mindset and changing it and bringing that dark cloud, like I said, the dark cloud, and lifting it and being able to control it, right? That's huge, because you get, everybody has bad days, everybody has downers, everybody has things. Life's like a box of chocolates, right? You never know what you're gonna get, right? So what are you gonna do? You got to roll with it, right? You got to say, hey, okay, I didn't want that one, but I'm gonna still eat it and make it look like I enjoyed it. No, I'm gonna say that chocolate out of that was good.
Mm-hmm.
The inside might have not been good, but the chocolate on the outside was really good. And that's making a good thing out of something that was mediocre or not so happy, So yeah, it's easy. It's easier, becoming easier. I can't say it's easy, but it's coming easier to be able to adjust my mind to say, why am I mad? There's no reason to be mad. I have no control over that, right? You have no control over that situation. Or be mad if you really mess up yourself, but don't beat yourself up over it.
Yeah.
There's no need to.
Totally.
Right?
That's one thing. When I started into this online business journey, I wanted to replace my salary as a restaurant manager. I was working like crazy, like you, with your 3 jobs. I was working that like with my 1 job, and I was like, I knew there was a way to make an income online. I was like, let's do it. But I never realized, and you and I were both at an event a couple weeks ago where, we're pretty jovial, fun people. We think we got our stuff together. And we didn't realize that being in a room full of so many people exposing their vulnerabilities and having a safe place was vital. I mean, I didn't know that with this, I was going to gain so much mindset, so much inner work.
Yeah, that was, I mean, even to, I've never been a big meditator, and everybody's saying, you got to meditate. And I've done 2, 3, 5-minute ones, and I've done courses outside of the course I took 2 weeks ago for Awaken. But, those are like, okay, now you learn a whole different set, a whole different way to dig into yourself and really ask yourself the questions and come out of it and go, wow, that was moving. It wasn't just like, cool. No, that was moving.
Yeah. That
was like, what just happened? Where did that just come from? It was awesome. And to be around, you could feel the vibrations in the room were just, you could go around and hug anybody in that room and feel the love and appreciation for anything you said, or if you want to talk to anybody in that room, you could talk to anybody about anything. And it was amazing. It was awesome.
It was really wicked. You have a few questions here. We have a question from Brad. He wants to know, have you been reading many books, or did you read a lot of books? He hasn't.
I haven't, but I started reading, before I went to the last, I started reading a book called Awaken, and it was the 7 virtues of the 7 virtues of awakening your inner mindset, and it was amazing. And then I got this new one. I'm starting to read this. My next book, I'm very excited about reading it, actually, because Caitlin gave this to me as a gift, and I was like, yes. But Breaking the Habits of Being Yourself, that's my next one. And I've been told that every time I talk about it on the online space, everybody's like, yeah, wait till you read that book. That's going to be good. And then I've got, everybody always says, read, the other one is, you're going to kick my butt for not remembering. I was just talking to somebody about it earlier today too.
The Magic?
The Magic.
Yes.
The Magic. You got to read The Magic. So that's good. That's my 3rd list on the list. I'm going to do that on The Magic. So that's my next. So yeah, I'm reading a lot more than I used to. I'm trying to read 2 to 4 pages a day, if not a full chapter. I'm finding myself spending 10 to 15 minutes of time in the morning and afternoon just to make time for Donovan.
Yeah.
Which is key for me. Really just to even if I just go and sit in a room or sit somewhere and take a notepad and write a few things down that I'm thinking about, and not just to like write a story or just to write what I'm thinking about. They sent us through, we went through some different things when we were up at the training, and just kind of open your eyes on that kind of thing. Your time is your time, and it will help you get better with dealing with other people's time, right? Because when you go outside that, now I'm dealing with, okay, just for an example, my boys, my wife, my house, my kids, my dogs, everything I got going on, my tree business, my regular job, the internet stuff. You start doing that, and your mind just goes, and I'm going 100 miles an hour. I'm always going 100 miles an hour. But and then that phone call comes in. What happens then? Well, there goes a whole shift, because your buddy just says he's stuck downtown with a dead battery in his car, or he's 4 feet deep in a mud hole that he shouldn't have been in, and you got, oh, I gotta go get him out now. Oh boy, here we go.
Totally. Right off track.
Right?
Yeah.
Damn. Changes everything.
Totally. And that's the thing, is that, everybody's busy. So Brad's like, that's great. He never read, and he was good to hear that you gave him some examples. To touch on that, absolutely. Take advice from people that have the results you want. Caitlin gave him that book. Caitlin gave me the similar book. There are mentors. There are people we look up to, and if they have the results, do it.
So here's my thing on that, Brad. It was Awaken the Magic Within. Awaken the Magic Within. It's a small book, and that's what got me going, because I was like, you know what, I can't get a big book to start out with, because a big book freaks me out, right? Because oh my God, I'm never gonna finish that thing. I've read 3 books since high school, and 2 of my wife gave me and 1 I found, and I was like, so this is big for me. This is really big for me. And I went to college after high school, after the military, after I got out of the Coast Guard. I went back to school to get my GED, and or not my GED, my associate's degree, and I was going for my bachelor's. I never made it to my bachelor's, but you know what? I'm not worried about that. I've got something else going on in my life now, so I'm pretty excited about it.
That's awesome. That's so good. Did you read books when you had to go back to university, or no?
Oh, I did, and I did well. Actually, I did very well. I was surprised how well I did I got my associate's degree. I excelled in all my classes. Algebra kicked my butt, but I like math, and I fought with it and struggled because I wanted to do good, but I had people that helped me, which was great. I have people probably that are watching today that helped me, that are on here now, and then thumbs up to you guys, because you helped me make it through that. But yeah, good stuff.
That's awesome. That's really wicked. Yeah, if anybody has questions, like I said, we are live. We're live on Donovan's personal, Facebook, Zoom. So if you have questions for him, definitely pop them in the scroll. What are some of your goals, Donovan? Like going forward now, to touch upon time really quick, this guy is doing the 3 jobs, has the family, traveling around, making time to bail his friends out of crazy situations, because as you guys know, this guy's quite an adventure person. Just a little bit. What are some of your goals going forward? Like, you got into this, you were probably like me, like, what the hell? Didn't realize the capacity of what we're doing, but
right, and it's a lot. It was more than I was expecting, but you know what? I've learned so much, right? That's the bottom line is I followed the program, I'm learning, and I'm going, but that's time for me, like you said, time. But no, I've set a couple goals. I want to be debt free within the next 3 to 5 months, and I want to retire in 3 years from having to work all the time. So I got some pretty hefty goals. Within the next year, I want to 40. So I'm 42 now, going to be 45, 43 next month. Happy birthday to me.
Yeah, me too. Aries.
Yeah. So, and I want to retire early. I was in a conversation with a really good person at work, a lady at work. She's 63, I think she said, above 60, and miserable, not happy. And I always enlighten people. Well, what's so bad about your day? And you hear, oh, I'm going to work. I got to do this. I got to Okay, well, what's really bad about your day? You're here, you're breathing, you're not taking sustenance through a straw, you're taking in the same air I'm in, and then we're here. You're gonna go home and you're gonna have a beer or do whatever you're gonna do. Drink some water, maybe. Water's good.
Yeah.
But there's Skippy. So no, but and she's like, I don't think I'm gonna be ever retire. And I got to thinking about that, wow. With what I'm doing now, I'll probably never retire. And then I'm not going to see my kids grow up by that time anyway. So I've worked 40 to 50 hours a week, right? Instead of working a 20-hour week and being able to say, hey, oh, my kid's at college today, and he's got a thing tomorrow he wants me to come to. Well, I can't make it because I got to work. No more of that. That's where I want to be. I want to be able to go, get in the truck, get in the car, whatever, get in the big D train and go.
Totally.
That's where I want to be. That's the goals that I had set for myself. So yeah.
That's awesome. You have a question here. Were you scared when you first started?
Yeah, you're damn right I was. I was I was a critic, more than a skeptic, a critic of it, because I was like, I had been burned before. I had tried a couple different things, and it put me on edge. But knowing the people that I was dealing with was very helpful. Knowing the product that I was getting into was very, very helpful. Knowing that even if I didn't make whatever for money right away, right? Not even talking about the money part of it, but the health benefits to whatever I was, to the program that I started was bar none. Bar none. You can't beat this, So I'm like, okay, we're good. But then I got to meet the people. I got to meet you. I got to meet, even if it was over the phone, we met over the phone for what, 10 months probably before we met, 12 months almost.
Yeah.
And then we finally got to meet for the first time in real. And it was like, the excitement in me was like, I'm getting to meet Jen this weekend. Wow.
I know.
This is supposed to be secret. I wasn't supposed to tell her this. You guys are ruining me. No, I was like a kid in a candy store. I'm in the plane. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go meet Jen. Wow.
I know.
And her and I are 10 feet from each other, right? That night, you're 10 feet from me. And I'm like, I look at you, you look at me. And it was like, Donovan, Jen. And I was like, ah! It was awesome, And she caught me meeting somebody else that I was introducing myself to somebody else, right? Well, before she had seen me, it was like, never know. Ian, what an awesome guy, what great people, that were in part of the lineup, it was just
great. Watching, hi.
Yeah, Ian.
Yeah,
buddy.
hi, Ian. He said he was good.
That was good,
Yeah, it's to touch on that. I mean, to be afraid, yeah, absolutely. I think everybody is a little scared, and who isn't skeptical when they see stuff online. But coming into it, like Donovan said, with the financial gain, if you want to make money, replace your salary, start setting yourself up 6-7 figures, set up your family, you can do that. I had no idea I was going to gain so much more. Like you said, the community, going to events like we have in Vegas next month. We had up in Kelowna here in Canada just a few weeks ago. You walk into a room of people you've never met. You're talking to them just like we are online, or just like you guys watching this. You've never met them. And then all of a sudden it's like this electricity and energy in the room, and everybody's helping everybody build each other up. And you don't get that in a job.
No.
Just don't.
Not all that. You get more negativity and oh, I got to be here. Well, you don't have to be there, right? You can make that decision. It's a comfort thing, right? People get comfortable in their surroundings, right? So you make yourself comfortable, and then you're doing what you think you need to do. Well, because your body's afraid to step out of that box and say, well, I want to take this chance and make this happen. Well, I'm doing a little bit of both, right? I'm being able to leverage what I have now, what I'm doing now, and being able to learn and work the other part of it. Yeah. So that way, when I step out, it's a smooth transition for me, because I can't take the jump, right? I've got a family to take care of. I got a house, I got things I'm doing, but it's okay because I'm leveraging what I have now to be able to go and be able to do maybe retire at 45. No, not maybe. Retire at 45.
Absolutely.
Done.
Gonna happen.
Being able to retire from that at 45 years old, who doesn't want that?
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to start something on the side and being able to take it over full time and not have to be at that clock checking job every day?
No kidding, man. I'm going to be 37 next month, like in a couple weeks here. And 37, I was thinking by 40, I'm going to accomplish so much. Like, and I never thought that I wanted to, do charitable work, adoption, set myself up with multiple different income streams. I had no idea. I didn't think of that when I was in the restaurant slinging hash, right? You just don't think of that stuff. What about, you have another question here about your wife. So she's not with you right here on this interview. He is at home right now, guys. He is in his house,
yeah.
His family.
I'm sitting here.
Does she
sitting here at home.
You? Is she on your side with this, or is she like skeptical, or she doesn't want you to do it, or?
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you guys, for yourself, if you tickler, go on my page, my DM Brown page, and you go in there and see what she put on there today. She shared with all her friends today. She put on there, and I can go back in there and tell you, but she's 100% behind me on this. That's awesome. She told me, I mentioned going to the event 2 weeks ago. She goes, "You need this. Go do it." So I went, and I really did get what I needed to get out of it. And more, which is awesome. I made so many connections with the people that I needed to connect with, that I needed to be around, because what do you want to do? Surround yourself with the people you want to be like. Well, I got a handful of people that I know I want to be like. And I could name off 5 of them right now for you. And Jen Murray's one of them. Okay. So,
made the cut.
I've got a slew of people that I respect and that have made me, I follow their pages because you know what? I want to learn what they're doing. I want to see what they're doing. I want to see how they're acting. I want to see what they eat off from, what they, how they feed off people, how, and to talk to these people that I got to talk to seven people that I really wanted to talk to and really just listen to them and have conversation, genuine conversation, not just like, oh, what's the business doing for you? No, because I know what it does for them. Totally. I know what they, that's where I want to be.
Real people go through the same things as you, and experiencing it together and supporting each other is amazing. Absolutely unbelievable. If you are, like I say, if you're just jumping on here now or you're watching this on replay, just hashtag replay or whatever so Donovan knows. If you have any questions for him, like I say, whatever channel you're watching this, reach out to him directly, hit him up. If he can't get the answer, I'm sure he can ask me for it or whatever. But find out, because that's exactly it. This is quite amazing, just with everything going on. For 2019, what is one of your main goals you're going to accomplish, my friend? What are you going to do?
2019, I want to be able to be debt free by not even 2019. I want to be by midsummer. Nice. By July, I'm going to be debt free.
Yeah.
That is huge, and then I'm going to shift what I'm doing with all the work I'm doing. I'm going to shift, and then we're going to take and I may eliminate the tree work or eliminate the JOB, or, that's my next step. So to get debt free, buy that piece of property that I want up north, right? And then be able to step out of that comfort zone right into full-time here, so I can go to my camper and work from my camper all summer. Why not? I've got Wi-Fi there. I pay for it there. I might as well use it there.
Good for you, man. You got lots of cheers. People support that. That's wicked. Absolutely.
Damn Skippy. And you set the goals, and I got huge goals. I mean, I could tell you guys from 5 years from now, I'm going to have my log house up on my property up this upper state somewhere. And then it'll be big enough, you all come and just hang out with the D train.
There you go.
That's where it's at, baby.
Oh, you have another question?
You want to be hanging out with the D train.
Up north, you mean Canada up north, or up north like where?
No, not as far as Canada, but I do enjoy visiting Canada. But no, I'm talking about Maine,
Nice.
New Hampshire, yeah, Vermont, somewhere's up there. I'm born and raised in Vermont, so you know it was not a drastic move for me to come down to Connecticut, but it's 3 hours south of where I used to live, you know. So, but I enjoy it, and yeah, I go up there quite often. All my friends that hanging out know me. That's where I go. That's what I do.
That's wicked.
Get on the sleds up there and ride, you know.
You have your log
yeah.
home up there, and then you can have all of your friends that visit and all your friends that you meet along this journey from everywhere in the world come and stay with you, which is pretty cool. It's a pretty amazing.
Right? Yeah, I'll have places for people to stay. I'll set up campers. I'm gonna have it'd be like a camping area or something. I don't know. I got the vision. The vision is unreal. It's just awesome, you know. And you got to have that vision. You got to taste. What did Jang say? He said, "Eat, breathe, sleep, and think what you want."
Yeah.
Boom. Every day you think about what you're gonna, and you know what? It'll come. You got to work towards it, right? You got to believe in it. You got to make it come, and you got to just say, "Hey, drop the negative and be positive, people," because it's too easy to fall into that rut.
Totally. We're actually we're doing some training. So for those of you guys who are watching this live and you're interested in what the heck we do, we're actually doing a deep dive training with people starting actually this week coming up, and really getting deep into this. So if you're interested, definitely hit up Donovan, get some information. But a lot of people need help, either better communication in their relationships, better relationships. Maybe you need to look into your finances and see, what the hell am I doing with it? Where can I allocate more funding, save more funding? How can I have better, time management skills, better communication, better organization? How can I get healthy? How can I just stop doing this stuff that I shouldn't do, like smoking, drinking, whatever? So if that's something that you think even there you could use a little bit of aid with, definitely hit him up, because it is going to be wild. So keep following this guy's journey. He's got it made. I can't wait for you to have your log house. I can't wait to break that in with you. Big party. It's
right?
Sick.
It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. The party's going to be awesome. Epic.
Yeah, it is.
What do we do? We do epic things.
Yeah.
Do epic things.
So it's awesome.
My new catchphrase, man.
It's awesome, my friend. Thanks for jumping on here, Donovan. I know that it's late in the east part where you're at. Any questions for Donovan, and you catch this and you're watching the replay and you want to hit him up and ask him something in particular, do it for sure. I know that he's
reach out.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's great to just shoot the shit with and have a good chat with. So definitely do that. Yeah. And did you want to leave this this interview? Thanks for popping on with me. I appreciate it. It was great.
By all means, thank you for inviting me. It was great.
It's good.
I was excited.
Story, man.
Yeah. Well, that's only part of it. There's more to come. There's more to learn, about me. It's being in the military and, doing it all. I've been around it. Being a volunteer firefighter was awesome, and I had to move on. It was the next step was to move on from that, and step into what I needed to do best for me. And that's what you need to do, right? What's best for you.
Yeah, totally. You've probably been through a lot just with your wife, let alone the military, let alone everything, right? Like I'm sure you have some pretty intense stories that you could share or people will relate to if they've done it themselves.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's, I didn't have a horrible childhood, but I had divorced parents, my wife has divorced parents. I've been through that. It was for us, we both went with our father, and it was kind of interesting, and it's the things that are, her father's and my father's birthday are the same day. Not the same year, but the same day. How funny is that, right? There's just kind of things. Her birthday and my birthday are 1 month apart, of course, 3 years apart, or 2 years apart, but same day. different month.
Wow.
It's wild, you know, just little things like that. It's kind of cool, you know. But yeah, she's the love of my life. She's awesome. She's been the very supportive in this whole thing. You know, showed me that it's okay to fall down and make mistakes and come back up, and I'm here for you. And we're, you know, that's what a relationship's about, you know, to be there for that part. So that's pretty awesome.
Totally.
And then she said, you know, just get out and go to Kelowna and learn some stuff. So
it's not the destination. A lot of people think that, you know, when I make 6 figures, when I quit my job, when I have this house, when I have this car, whatever. But a lot of what it is the journey, the times that you cherish, like you do with your wife, especially going through some of the stuff you've gone through. You probably cherish it even more, right? The adventure.
Yeah, to get up and smile and have a cup of coffee with your wife every morning, you know, that's pretty amazing. It's that little thing, you know, that little thing that just, if you see it, a possibility that it could be gone, you cherish it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Right?
Totally. Need to.
Everything.
Awesome, my friend. Thank you for popping on. It's been a great time chatting with you again. Have a good night out there in Connecticut.
You too. Yeah. So thanks for having me on, and I hope everybody got what they needed out of this, and reach out to me, you know, hit my page up, ask me for info, whatever you need to do. Up there is dtrainenterprises.com. You want to hit that up and learn what we're doing. That's all, you know, and that's your access point right there. So
absolutely.
Reach out.
It all starts somewhere. I'm hitting my 3 years next month, so it all starts somewhere. It goes fast.
So proud of you. So proud of you. Awesome.
So fast. So
unreal, right?
Awesome, guys. Have a wonderful night. We'll see you soon. See you on the inside.